URC round number 13, folks. Glasgow up against Leinster. I wasn't going to miss this game this morning, and neither did Glasgow. 38 points to 17. That's a pretty emphatic bonus point win for the Glasgow lads. Obviously, we're just out of the Six Nations, so there's a number of players missing. Both these teams, missing a few faces, but bloody hell. Some feeling in it. There were multiple times. We were only 2 minutes in when the guys were pushing and shoving each other. I loved it. It was a cracking game. You'll be a bit disappointed if you're a Leinster fan that you couldn't pick up at least a fourth try. And you'll be doubly disappointed with the double yellow card, which saw Glasgow go bang, bang, bang and score a bunch of tries and kind of take the game away, keep it at arm's length. But if you're Glasgow, I reckon you'll be particularly happy with the way you defended at the start of the second half, because that was Leinster's chance to kind of throw the kitchen sink at you and get back into the game, and you managed to hold them out. But we'll go through some of the key events and the stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. Like I said, it was 6:30 in the morning, kickoff time here. The sun had not come out yet here in Auckland, but I figured if there's a game to get up for this weekend, it's probably this one. A couple of the URC heavyweight sides, and as I said, there's a bit of handbags early, like Stafford McDowell, big hit on Luke McGrath, who's just taken a quick tap, gets turned over. Guys are pushing and shoving each other. There's some feeling in this one very early on, but we don't get any scoring. No scoring until the JJ Kenny try on 17 minutes, and it starts with so much Glasgow pressure. It's Prendergast, I think, offside. Glasgow going for the corner, 5 meters out, loads of phases, and then Rico with the intercept. I know Rico's been under the spotlight for not being Geordie Barrett, but it was a good intercept from Rico. You might have expected him to put the hammer down, but Rico's 29 now. He doesn't have the same yard of pace that he used to when he was, I don't know, breaking through on that 2017 Lions tour for my Blues. But he made the right call to pass it to JJ Kenny, who does have a hell of a yard of pace, and it's a Leinster try kind of against the run of play, or at least you can say turning defence into attack. So 5 points to 0 Leinster. But yeah, they didn't have much in the way of scoring in the first half, Leinster, right until the end of the first half when Keenan got one. The rest of this is pretty much Glasgow. They did put on a lot more pressure. The Glasgow lads, Stafford McDowell was bloody everywhere, making big carries. Then Deeney copped a yellow card for Leinster for multiple infringements, to which the Glasgow guys were able to punish. It was a 5-meter tap. Really nice move, actually, because they kind of dummied it. It looked like they were going to go from the forwards, but it was Horn who tapped it, passed it wide to Ferry, who popped it to Mackenzie Duncan, who scored a nice try to make it 7 points to 5. And then it gets worse for Leinster because they get the second yellow card, which is a big game-changing moment. I'm not sure it was the most egregious of yellow cards I've ever seen for Ronan Kelleher, because Kelleher's kind of like the second man coming in for a tackle. As McDowell is already being tackled around his ankles, he kind of falls into Kelleher. I don't know. Kelleher's upright, but McDowell's got like his knees on the ground. So I would have thought maybe you can just penalise it, but no, it's a yellow card, and because it's 15 on 13, it's about to get real messy for Leinster. And to be fair, I've seen teams with 2 or 3 man advantages before not punish, but Glasgow absolutely punished it. They went for the maul, 15 on 13. The pack got rumbling over. Hiddleston got one, so it's 14-5. Then you had Leinster with Will Connors having to throw the ball in at line-out time. The throw was fine, but when Glasgow got the ball not long later, they went length of the field. It was pretty sweet stuff. It was McDowell, I think, with the initial carry, and then to this 13 Ventise. Apologies, I've only just started seeing that guy play. He was looking all right, and then George Horn finished it, so 19 points to 5. Almost another one for Glasgow, but it was a great defensive play from Sam Prendergast to intercept Glasgow ball before George Horn could get it, but it didn't matter because they got another one anyway. Kyle Rowe burned, I think it was O'Brien on the left wing, grubbed it through and regathered it, so a hell of a 3-try rampage from Glasgow during that yellow card. Double yellow card. 3 tries. Unbelievable. Quite believable, I suppose. 30 minutes, 26, 30, and 33. Yeah, messy, but it's exactly what you want to do if your team's got the double man advantage. Goodness me. Leinster, to their credit, back to 15 men, did get one through Keenan. And Keenan, was great to see him back. He's been gone for so long. Haven't seen him in Irish colours for bloody ages. But back for Leinster, he did get one back. The backs managed to go wide after the forwards had gone close. I think it was McGrath to Prendergast, then to Keenan, who finished it off. Pretty nicely worked. So 26-12. 26-12 is not dead and buried. That last try means if Leinster come out, get some early points, this is back to game on. It's certainly better than 26-5. The possession at halftime is 68-32 to Glasgow. The territory is 55-45. Clean breaks is 3-2. Defenders beaten 11-5. Glasgow have got a lot of cracking stats. But like I said, a lot of that hard work was done. I mean, to be fair, it was done before the yellow cards, but they finished off so much during the yellow cards. Second half, and it's Leinster with all the ball. I looked it up at like 60 minutes, and it was 85-15, the percentage of possession in the second half. It was nuts how much Leinster were trying to turn those screws, but they just couldn't finish off any chances. This is why I say this is probably, it's not going to be in any highlights, but it's probably game-defining from Glasgow, how well they managed to hold Leinster out. They held them up. Leinster loose, lost the line-out ball. They missed some chances. There were some more handbags. It was just, multiple phases, but being held up by Glasgow. Just before 60 minutes, there'd still been no score. Glasgow finally managed to get some ball. And who's the guy making the big line break for Glasgow? Rory bloody Sutherland off the bench, the replacement prop. That had me shaking my head at what I was seeing. We still hadn't seen any scores in the second half, but that was certainly well worth the price of admission. And you could just feel, as the game sits at the scoreline, the clock is ticking down for Leinster. Ticking. There's a word mark. Ticking down for Leinster. They needed something, but they didn't get it. It was Glasgow who got it. The Ollie Smith try, that was certainly game over on 68 minutes. He beats multiple Leinster tacklers. And to be fair, Hastings had been good in the build-up from the bench generally in that one. So 33-12. It is game. I mean, there's a consolation try for Leinster. They get one where Frawley busts a few tackles of his own to make it 33-17. He was, I think, one of the guys who missed a tackle on Ollie Smith, to be fair, but maybe made up for it a little bit there. But then Glasgow not wanting to not have the final say, get one through George Horn, which absolutely kicks things off again with more handbags and sees Slimani and Hastings go to the bin. Hastings was like celebrating with the crowd as he was going to the bin. But yeah, George Horn with the finish, Josh Mackay with the try assist. Yeah, it's a big old bonus point win for Glasgow. And I realised I'm such an idiot because I noticed that Glasgow games, they're always playing one particular song, which was popular when I was a much younger man. When George Horn has, and I've just linked up the fact that it's connected with George Horn's surname. You know the song I mean. I can't believe, I just thought they liked that song in Glasgow. I was like, well, it's not exactly a classic, but it was popular when I was a lot older, a lot younger. I'm a lot older now, but now I get it. I'm such a fool. I can't believe how long it took me to realize that. But yeah, 38-17. That's a pretty emphatic win for Glasgow. Obviously, as I said, both sides a bit depleted. Possession finish is 50-50. Glasgow had it in the first, Leinster had it in the second. The difference being Glasgow, particularly in the yellow card periods, but also before that, took their chances. Clean breaks is 8-4 to Glasgow. Defenders beaten 20-14 to Glasgow. So I think they're pretty good value for their win. Keenan, 17 carries. Like I said, great to see him back. McDowell had 16, leading from the front for Glasgow. Horn had 62 metres. Alex Craig, 12 tackles. Rico had 13 from 14 tackles, which was kind of what he was before he left for Leinster here in the Blues. He was a hard-tackling, hard-working midfielder. It's less about the sexy stuff. It has been for a while, sadly. I was kind of hoping Leinster would recapture some of the old Rico magic on attack, but he seems to be doing the same as what he was doing with the Blues. So he's solid, if not spectacular. James Culhane, the number 8 for Leinster, 21 tackles. It's a big shift, but yeah, in a losing effort. Leinster's are home to the Scarlets next, and Glasgow home to Benetton. You guys let us know your thoughts on the match. If you want to go see me seeing a dentist after eating KFC for breakfast, which was a really random thing to say, I'll put a link down to 2 Cents on Tour, which is my other channel you may not know about. I speak a bit of Chinese there. It's random. Check it. Take care, folks. I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.